Chibone? Like, how do you spell that? What is that? What if the healing you've been searching for has been hiding in the weird? Taking the Weird Out of Woo is a new series that's on a mission to normalize non-traditional therapies and explore healing beyond the mainstream, one episode at a time. Each week, we bring together 3 powerful elements: a skeptic who's open but unsure, an expert who's lived and studied the method, and a real experience that just might change everything. From sound healing to breathwork, energy medicine, and beyond, we're diving into the woo with curiosity, compassion, and a willingness to ask, could this actually help? This isn't just entertainment, it's an invitation to feel, to heal, and to explore what's possible when nothing else has worked. Welcome to Taking the Weird Out of Woo. Let's heal together. Healing modalities that have stood the test of time, thousands of years, some of them. And that's what you're going to learn today about Qi Gong. Qi Gong is a worldwide recognizable healing modality that originated in the Asian culture. And yet, for some reason, it really hasn't taken a hold here in the Western world. So today you get to learn all about Qi Gong, how to spell it, first of all, how to say it, and then how to actually do it. So let's go check it out. Where's the weight room? So let's go into the roundtable discussion where we're going to meet Layla Ward, our expert, and Ashley Christensen, our young mother who is the skeptic, to find and uncover the magic of Qigong. First thing that you said was about the name.
Right. Like the hardest thing about Qigong is knowing how to pronounce it. Right.
And even spell it. Because once you know Qigong, you still wouldn't know that QI was Qi.
Right.
Unless you were in this world.
And my friends they struggle with it. They're like, how is your Qi Gong going?
I had a friend, the original person that was going to be exploring this modality. She's like, Chibone? What's Chibone? She's from a little tiny town, so she's got a funny little twang. And I'm like, it's not that kind of show. Okay, let's just get that straight. We are doing Qigong. Do you know anything about it?
I assume it's like the people you see in the park that are like, moving slowly and doing the I assume it's something like that. And that's about it. That's all I know.
So Layla, I would love to know just a little bit about you. Like, tell us a little bit about you. And then perhaps you could even guide us a little bit on your journey that led you here.
Sure. Well, let's see. I live in Park City, Utah. I have 2 children in their 20s and a wonderful husband. And I really was on kind of a 10-year health odyssey. My health deteriorated pretty severely. As a mom, you have to stay strong for your children and kind of stomach a lot of the emotions. And so looking back, it makes sense that my health declined. We kind of got through a lot of the worst of it, and then I started developing extreme fatigue and pain, and wasn't able to work more than 4 hours a day. I was in bed a lot. And I wasn't really quite able to get that final boost in my healing. And my mother, who has passed away since, lived in England, and she was doing Qigong for a heart condition. It's a little bit more well known there than it is in America. And I was like, what's that? That's weird.
She's like, yes, I get
Yes.
this. Yes.
And then, you know how sometimes something will happen and then it happens again and then you're like, oh,
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
yeah. So then my naturopath said, you know what, the perfect thing for chronic fatigue and chronic pain is Qigong. And you don't have to have a lot of energy to generate the practice. And then you get energy. And that was like, oh, I mean, I felt hope because I thought, wow, you know, I can, because I couldn't exercise without a setback. That's kind of a sign that you're not doing so great, you know,
Yeah.
because exercise is supposed to make you feel better. And so I slowly started doing it just in my living room, on my computer, on my smart TV. You can find a lot of free stuff on YouTube. I feel like when I started teaching Qigong to other people and creating a community, because, you know, we just came out of COVID and people kind of craving that not only did it start to heal me physically, but it really started opening up my heart more. I feel like everything that my family had endured had kind of closed me off to really myself and others.
Ashley, just give us a glimpse into your life right now.
Okay, a glimpse. So I'm married and I have 4 kids. And my kids are like 10, 8, 6, and I have a 2-year-old. And my 2 of my kids have ADHD and one of them has autism. And so sometimes life can be really hectic and stressful. And I feel like I rarely get breaks. And I don't typically get to do what I want to do. My entire day is spent taking care of other people's needs. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, wow, I'm really tired. I'm too tired to do anything but just sit and watch TV. So I feel like my entire day is just
Taking care of others.
Right.
And so that oftentimes, like, it feels really daunting, and it feels like if I turn off or if I'm not aware, then something bad will happen.
Right.
So who takes care of Ashley? When does she get a turn?
I don't. It's not my turn.
How is this showing up in your life emotionally, physically, mentally?
I tell my friends frequently I am tired to my very soul. Like, I would like to feel like I am pursuing the things that I find value in rather than rushing around trying to catch up with the things that I feel like I'm falling short on.
Qi. Tai Chi is a type of Qigong, and it's newer. So Qigong is like the grandfather to Tai Chi. Qigong is an ancient longevity system. It's about 3,000 to 4,000 years old. If you have to just boil it down to something simple, it just transforms stress into vitality. It's Taoist in its origins, so its origins are Chinese. And it developed alongside acupuncture as a kind of an integral part of traditional Chinese medicine.
What do you think about this so far, Ashley?
I think it sounds nice. I think it would be lovely to spend some time stretching and breathing. I'm like so wiggly. I have to rearrange. Yes, I think it would be fun and nice to stretch and breathe. It sounds like it kind of takes time though. Like how would I fit that into my life when I barely have time to do anything?
Yeah, that's a great question. You can even feel really different in 10 minutes. And you can just pull up your phone and do it in your bathroom and lock the door. But to be honest, you would need to commit to maybe do that 3 times a week. So I think a minimum is 15 minutes 3 times a week.
So you just heard Ashley share how her life is packed to the brim. 4 amazing kids with special needs, a husband who needs extra support, and barely a moment to breathe. She's tired to the bone. But here's the magic Layla talked about. Qigong is this incredible practice where less effort can lead to so much more revitalization. It's not like any workout you've ever tried. It's about turning that tiny bit of energy into a wellspring of vitality.
Like acupuncture, Qi Gong doesn't just condition the tissues, the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments, the joints, or our tissue body, which is what we really address in Western society. It does that, but it also is addressing energetic imbalances in the body. This is a very yin practice to counteract, like as an antidote for our busy lives, which tends to overstimulate us. Everything's so fast and urgent and wanting our attention. So this is a chance, this is a gift to you to really slow down for a rare moment. My classes are always organized in this format, just because I am a little type A. That's why I do Qigong. But there's hundreds of exercises to choose from. And it's always, for me, it's like putting together a meal. Like, what do I want to create? What type of energy do I want? And then it's a la carte. I choose what I want for these different phases. So this is the more Asian term, this is the more Western term that you would appreciate. So we invigorate or warm, we open and stretch, we purge and disperse. Oop, I left that open so we can disperse. We tonify, which is a little bit more advanced. We don't always do that in class, and that's a way to build your qi. We harmonize, but that's circulation. And then finally, we consolidate and store our energy down low. Clearing out any blockages to the flow of energy. So I should just tell you that qi means life force energy. It's the mysterious energy that animates all of life. And gong is sometimes pronounced gong, means developing a skill with anything. So Qi Gong means developing a skill with your life energy. Around the waist. And then just let your hands come to a still point. Now we're going to open the front and the back of the spine. We're going to lift those soft fists. I'm going to turn sideways. We're going to draw those elbows down a little bit behind our peripheral vision and arch the spine. See this little duck butt here? Then we round everything. We tuck the tailbone. The elbows come together. The chin tucks down. So we're going to pulse between inhaling, opening the front of the spine, exhaling the back of the spine. Breathing in. We're actually calming the nervous system by really relaxing. We're trying to relax and release. There's really two phases. We let go and we fill up. So if you don't bring in the awareness, it's just light exercise. And then if you have the ability, you're going to drop the head into a forward fold, and then we're going to pulse by bending and lengthening the legs. And then drop your arms, and like you're pulling up some water, we're going to bend the knees and round up slowly, breathing in, spiraling the palms, and stretching up. Looking up to the ceiling, and then exhaling and looking towards your foot. Good, we'll hinge forward and shake that out. Let's just wake up our feet with some pedals. Can't neglect the feet. And then let's do standing on a boat, where you just pretend, maybe widen your stance, that you're on a boat and you're like, no, I don't need to hold on to anything. I'm good. we start to just move forward horizontally, pulling the body with us and the torso. Feeling that in the hamstrings here. And your claws are out, or your paws. Touch the palms. Slowly come back up. And we'll spread the feathers here. Keep your thumb and forefinger attached. Relax the shoulders down. Float down. But it's twofold. We're prepping the body to then move into those moving meditations where we're not stretching, we're just flowing. And the Chinese say, move the body like water and clouds, and just remind yourself that you're a part of nature and that your natural blueprint is flow and ease. And it is kind of blissful, and it can energize you, but not like a cup of coffee. It's a calm energy. It's a peaceful vitality. Good.
And it's two different things that you're not used to feeling
At the same time.
And I just feel that I've gotten out of the world. It's so calming, and just forget about all that's going on.
Yeah, like I used to watch escape movies to get out of the world. Now I do this. So.
I actually teared up when we were doing the mist and we were bringing it up. I just felt bliss, and it was just like, just overwhelming how beautiful and powerful, and then, you know, the beauty that we get to see in the birds that we're hearing, and your music and your calm voice, and the beautiful people in your class that gravitate to this experience.
So I hope you were able to, at a certain point, relax.
It was really difficult for me to relax at first because when you do a new thing, obviously, like everybody else, I was looking around the class, like everybody else kind of had their eyes closed, and I had to keep like peeking at you and being like, what are we doing? Like, and so I was kind of tense for that, and then it was kind of hard at first to be like, get the breath.
Syncing the breath with the movement is hard at the beginning.
Yeah, it was really hard. And then we had the added layer of like, this was being filmed, and so like, I was like, okay, people are gonna watch me do this, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm like trying to like peek at you and also still feel the calm that I'm supposed to be like gathering. It was a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It was a lot. But eventually through the class, not even halfway through, it was like we just started basically. I was able to like calm more down and like really got into the flow of it. So by the end of the class, it felt very natural.
But I have a couple things that just one or two exercises can shift my energy. Like if you have low energy and you're feeling depressed, then you want things that are more like up.
Yeah.
And if you have anxiety, you want to bring things down. So the more you understand what types of moves shift what types of energy, then you can go to your go-to ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, for sure. I think that for me, like taking out some of the more foreign words in the way that I've heard it spoken about, and making it a little bit less that and more like just explaining like this is helping you, like at one point you said this is helping regulate or like something about your nervous system, and I was like, how many times have I spoken with my psychiatrist or my therapist about helping me like regulate and calm my nervous system? And just hearing that, I was like, if I could do this instead of some of the meds that I'm on, then like that sounds a little bit nicer. Like it sounds more natural, and that's something that I am more interested in.
Yes, and you don't have to do that overnight. You could do it gradually.
Right.
And
Yeah.
because there's a place for medication.
Yes, there is definitely. I'm a proponent of that. Like I've never breathe so deeply.
Really, that's great.
Yes, like I didn't realize like, oh, I can breathe longer. Like that's when we first started, I was like, wow, she's breathing like so long and I don't know if I can do that. And then by the end of the class, I was like, wow, I have so much more capacity for that. But it's like in our hurried world, we just kind of like rush through everything.
But that's the whole goal, really, is creating more space
Yeah.
for the diaphragm. And the more you do it, it's kind of like when you work a muscle.
Right.
The apparatus for breathing gets stronger. And so you will naturally have more depth in your breath, and it will be less shallow. And that really impacts anxiety, our brain, our sleep, everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think it's great. You can do Qigong on your own terms. You can try it. You can go, you know what? Yeah, I liked it up in Park City, but this isn't working for me here.
Right.
You know, it's just something to try.
I think so, yeah. Like, I think if you're willing to try things, then you find what works for you. But like, if you're never willing to try something new, then you don't know. Maybe you could have found something really awesome that you're missing out on now.
Yes, I like your open-mindedness.
Thanks.
And now, after Ashley's first taste, she admits she's still a little skeptical about finding time for something new. But here's the thing. When you think you don't have time, that's exactly when you need something that offers this kind of effortless energy return. So we'll be exploring even more in part 2, and you can actually watch and experience and follow along with the full hour-long class on Layla Ward's Wellspring Qigong YouTube channel. It's all linked in the show notes below. So if you're feeling like a worn-out mama or just someone running on empty, this might just be the gentle game changer you've been waiting for.